Yeah, they were running in mud, and you cannot beat the Celtics coming off back-to-back losses on a back-to-back when you're running in mud. But watch how they play today. They will push the tempo.
To Friday. Walker drives past him. Horford got his hand in the cookie jar. That's already 4 fouls against the Celtics.
Let that go, but that is a foul.
Checking that down to 4.5. Jarace Walker splits him. Jarace Walker splits him. Nembhard with the hustle, gets it back to Walker. Tatum says, I'll take that. It's a foul in the backcourt on Jarace Walker.
Hands of Turner was popped by Cornette to McConnell. Running is Walker.
Got that little, yeah. He had the shot. He should have taken it the first time. He
Locked in.
Told him the Vikes are giving the Packers that work. It was 20-3 last I checked.
And Hauser is fired up.
Walker with 5 to shoot. Wall's putting the clamps on him.
That's good defense. Really good defense.
White chasing him around now. Now it's Keita. Halliburton steps through, fires the pass to Walker. He hits the 3, and the basket's going to count. A foul against Keita as he was trying to get rebound position. He's 4 or 5 from distance.
Jalen got elbowed in the face.
Jarace Walker cashes out. A little bit awkward. He's got a rest night on Friday. Walker again, wow. String music.
You know what we're seeing right now? A team that got Jaylen Brown and giving those to other people?
No way. Walker's feeling it. You're seeing why he was a top 10 pick out of Houston last year. Walker finally missed one. Derek White, pump and shoot. Tatum. Couple of fancy moves. Pass was off target for White. Out to Jaylen Brown. Cornette taps it out to Pritchard. Gets it back from Luke. Luke. Past the midway point of the 4th quarter.
They were a little bit thin with guys getting hurt. But now,
and that helps the Celtics avoid their first double-digit point loss of the season. It's a 9-point win for Indiana, and the Pacers win the season series against the reigning champs, 2-1.